Another day, hello, welcome. So, I am very excited for today because if you watched, sorry, I literally just ran up the stairs, up and down of my apartment block to get the post that I had today. And let me tell you, I'm very unfit these days, so that kind of took it out of me. But I'm very excited because a lot of you, thank God for Amazon Prime, by the way. By the way, I've been going through my apartment and I went through all of my cupboards and I realized that there's like 4 pots that I didn't even know I had that I used like once. Oh my God, I'm so out of breath when I moved into the apartment. So I've collected them now and we're going through that. A lot of you commented on my video yesterday and were like, oh, you were talking about doing dishes and them being the worst. Like I completely feel you on that. Like that's one of the worst, like, you know, boring activities that you have to do as an adult. And I want to like ask you, what is your least favorite thing that you have to do? Like around the house, around the apartment, around your living space. For me, I'm finding everything, the vacuuming, the brushing, the dusting down, I love it all. The dishes, another conversation. However, yesterday, I talked about that Bonnie was very sick. I can tell you today that Bonnie is feeling a lot better. She hears me talking about her, so she's like walking around here. And one of the reasons was she got very sick because she's a French bulldog and she loves to chow down her food and eat it, and then that makes her sick because she's eating too much and she's like inhaling too much air with it. So a lot of you were telling me to get a slow feeder bowl. So again, thank God for Prime, I got it the next day. So I'm very excited to try this. However, I have this that's arrived, which I assume is a record for my record player. However, I don't know which album it is, so it's gonna be very exciting to see. So, oh, it's the Charlie XCX one. Oh, I ordered this ages ago. You know, like some things on Prime, they don't come like during Prime delivery and they're like, it'll be here sometime in 3 weeks. Well, it was today. She made this album completely during lockdown and it is one of my favorite albums from her. So if you're a Charlie XCX fan, please let me know what your favorite album is by her, or even if you're not, like your favorite song that you're aware of. This is mine. I'm so out of breath, fuck me. First and foremost, I think I should show you Bonnie today. By the way, this is my table, right? And I have this, which Ben sent to my P.O. box, and it is my favorite thing of all time. And I also have these, which is like my accomplishment of being an adult. I felt very like sophisticated whenever I made this with like 3 big jars of pasta that I then use and like refill. So that was like me being like, oh, I made it as an adult. Hi, Dolly. The people were worried about you yesterday, sweetie. They were worried about you. Oh, you're just going for a smoke, aren't you, Queen? You just wanted to go for a smoke. You want to let them know that you're okay, Bonnie? Bonnie, they were worried about you. So if you can or can't tell, both the girls are feeling great today, especially Bonnie. She's back on her joint. You're holding it the wrong way though, sweetie. Gimme. Dolly, you don't have to be so excited every second. You have to flip it around. Stop trying to run from me. Look, you take it this side. Dolly, can we sit? Sit, both of us. Thank you so much. Oh, well-trained girls. You do it through your mouth like that. Oh, sharing is not caring today, is it, Dolly? Oh my God. Dolly, calm it down, mad woman. Fuck me. You know I'm talking about you. You know I'm talking about you. Alright, Bonnie's doing well is what the overarching point of this is. Also, Tyler's doing very well. He slept in the bed with me last night. Isn't that right, sir? He had a great time. My beautiful boy. Here comes Gomez to say hello. And then Milo would also like to say hello. He is currently sunbathing. Hi, Bonnie. You feeling good today? Good girl. Do you want to try out your slow feeder bowl? Yes, you do. The reason I had never gotten one of these in the past was because Bonnie is a French bulldog and I just didn't know how efficient like a slow feeder would be for like her short nose. However, a lot of you were saying that French bulldogs actually like it very much. So I'm gonna put food in this now and we'll try it out. I feel like Bonnie's immediately gonna go over to it because she doesn't want anyone else to eat. The girls eat separately because Bonnie's such a fucking diva that she only wants to eat. So this will probably be seeing Bonnie eating from it and then we'll see how Dolly likes it and the cats like it in the future. They all have separate bowls, by the way. High maintenance. Jesus. Okay, I made sure not to overfill it. It is quite small, so I don't know how practical this is, but I'm interested to see how they handle this. You're not aware of how you like it or not? Why is it slowing you down eating, Bonnie? Oh, see, I'm just worried in case, like, her nose is too flat for it. Can you, like, attempt to eat something, sweetie, so we know if it, like, works for you or whatever? The muckers were really concerned and wanted me to get it for you, so I would love for you to test it out, please. Dolly's here for moral support. Oh, she's gonna try it? I think she hates it, y'all. Who's that meowing? Oh, it's Gomez. because I know that Tyler's right there and Milo's right there. Yeah, I think she's gonna refuse to eat, y'all. Look at this. She's wondering why. She won't even look me in the face. She's pissed off at me. Do you not like it, sweetie? I'm so sorry. I thought it was for the best. I thought it was for the best. Please try something. Please. All right, I'll come back to you if she eats something from this. I think her pride's not gonna. Please try it. Look, even Dolly's just like, oh, none of them are interested. This is so upsetting. This is so upsetting, Bonnie. The muckers thought you would love it. Any attempt would be appreciated, Bonnie. I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, yum, 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 yum. I'm so jealous that you get to eat this dry food. Yum, 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 yum. I'm literally just gonna set up the camera here and I'm just gonna like leave them and see if they eat it, so. You're welcome. Okay, I think that's the best attempt that we're going to get on camera today, so that is fabulous. My goodness, the sun is bright today, but I just want to ask you, like, at a certain stage tonight, I'm gonna be like, okay, they're not really eating from it, so I'm just gonna put down their old bowl again, but I don't know if that's like a wrong thing to do. Like, she was eating from it, but it was like very slowly. I guess that's the point or whatever, but I think she just like gave up. I wonder if it's just a case of like she'll get used to it, or like, what do you think? Like, please, like dog owners or cat owners who like use these, like please let me know what I should or shouldn't be doing. I mean, Dolly didn't even attempt it, but I know she'll eat from it anyway. But yeah, Bonnie did give it a go. I don't think she liked it, but you know, my queen gave it a go. Anyway, we'll give her credit where credit's due, I guess. Okay, it's a bit later and I can give you a good update. The girls are seemingly hi, sweetie. See how she sits immediately and then Dolly just jumps around out of excitement? Come on, Dolly, do you wanna sit too? Sit, sit. Good girl, so clever. What do you call it? Oh, one thing I do want to say, if you have a Frenchie, were you ever able to train them to be able to give you your paw? Any animal that I have is always, can I have your paw? And they give you your paw. Bonnie was never able to do it because she'd always do it and then she would fall over because she's like quite heavy. Like the way that they're built. No shade to all the French bulldogs out there if you're watching. But anyway, the food bowl is working out well. She's taking like 3 pieces and then like walking with it and eating and then coming back and like taking another one, which I guess is the point of it. So she hasn't left it because obviously she's eating a lot less than what she would normally eat. I did refill it because the cats aren't supposed to eat from it because they have their own food, but they sometimes do it to piss off the girls. But what I do want to show you is the sunset right now. So let's go out on the balcony. Oh, the girls are gonna run out as well. So this is the current view. You can't see anything right now, but there we go. We have a beautiful sunset. One thing I do want to talk about is, I wonder if anyone else has ever experienced this, and I always talk about this with my friends out here because a lot of my friends are out here for uni or have moved out here for work, etc. First of all, I do want to show you that the girls absolutely love the balcony and Bonnie loves watching all of the... Bonnie, sweetie, there's nothing in that one. She's like, ooh, a bowl that's not a slow feeder. There's nothing in that, it's just water. They love it. They watch it here and there's always like seagulls that land there and they just love watching them. Hi, girls. Hi. So yeah, they love the balcony. So what I was saying is I have a lot of friends who have moved out here for whatever different reason, okay? What just fell? There are so many toys out here, so this is a lot going on. Girls, in. I'm gonna let them go in. They've already enjoyed their time. But no, in talking to my friends, we've all met new friend groups. So the reason I'm saying this is I wonder if this applies to anyone who's watching this video who's moved away from wherever they were originally from. So for me that was Derry, and for a couple of my friends that was that was like the Isle of Wight, the Isle of Man, like Newcastle, Manchester, all these different places, right? Like that promise of your original friend group, however amount of time that you were friends with them, like not being friends with them anymore through whatever reason. And I guess it was inevitable, but it always just makes me really sad. So for example, what I say to my friends is, I've been in a lot of friend groups, and I was in a main one years and years ago, like 2019, and for different reasons it just kind of was very toxic, and then I was acting toxic in it as well because I was feeding off of the energy. So for that one, that ended way before I that ended way before I ever moved, and that was necessary to end, so I didn't, you know, feel any way about that. However, right before I moved, I was in a friend group with my new college, and I loved them all so much. It was like a much smaller group, which are always the best ones in my opinion. And I once made a TikTok which was like, big friend groups never work, and I genuinely believe that most of them never work for different reasons. I feel like different cliches and stuff form, and I just think whenever there's so many people, in my experience, it's always turned sour. So whenever I was in a friend group in college, we were studying something that we all liked, and we had a lot in common, and we also had, you know, different bad experiences, different good experiences within the college that we could relate, you know, in, and it was really nice, and we had a really tight friend group, and we were friends till the very end of me moving, and I would have said that they would have been my best friends, like, forever. Like, the sweetest people. We got on so well, we just had such great banter together. We would literally hang out in each other's house like every single day. And whenever I said that I was gonna move, it was around 2020, and things were starting to happen with lockdowns and stuff, and that was kind of my time to be like, alright, I'm gonna move now before they enter another lockdown and I'm stuck in Derry for longer. Not anything against Derry, you know, I've moved on now and I can look back on Derry very fondly. However, whenever I said that, the friend group immediately started falling apart, and you know, I wouldn't necessarily get invited to things anymore, and this was whenever I was still in Derry. I mean, a majority of them didn't even say goodbye to me whenever I left, and keep in mind, this is like people that I was like seeing every single day. I loved them also, like, dearly. We would spend every single second together, and they were like my ride or dies, and it transcended from a college friend group where, you know, you're like forced to see them every day, so you like become acquaintances, to like best friends. At least that's how I perceived it. And I mean, I guess whenever we're hanging out every single second of every single day, you know, you start to believe that. And then the friend group over time got smaller and smaller, and it was always a very intimate friend group, like very nice friend group. And yeah, whenever I said I was gonna move, I just kind of stopped getting invited to things, and I think things stopped happening within the friend group. I think they continued stuff without me. I don't know if it was just awkward then to invite me whenever they knew I was leaving, and it just kind of caused a lot of problems. And yeah, I didn't get a goodbye from most of them whenever I left, and then whenever I fully left, I mean, I haven't heard from them since. And I mean, these are people that I still send messages to, and I just like, I just kind of got forgotten about, and it's hard to not immediately be like, what did I do wrong? Like, was I wrong for moving? Like, did it be interpreted wrong or something like that? And I just wonder if anyone has ever moved before from like a place that they were originally from, and they had a friend group or even like one friend, and then if you make a big life decision in some way, things just completely change. And I think I knew that my other friend groups in the past were going to end because we were very young and stuff, but even at this time we were like 18, 19, and I'm still 19, it was like this year, and it just kind of felt like it was different. And then yeah, so the reason that whenever I moved to Brighton I had no real support for months other than my family was because I hadn't met anyone in Brighton, and I had no real friends from Derry anymore because I had kind of been dropped from everyone. And I don't want this to be interpreted as like a pity party or whatever, because I do have friends here now, and I have my amazing support in Derry that never left me. They were never in friend groups, but we were always friends, like Ellie and Grace. Like, I'm going to Paris with Ellie in July, and we're seeing Lady Gaga, and Grace is my best friend ever, like my support. But like my best friends in my friend group, like, it just, everything changed, and I don't know what I did wrong. And again, please don't interpret this in like a, oh, sorry me kind of way, because I'm doing it in terms of, has this happened to someone else? Because I know it has. Like, there's no way that it hasn't. So for the first couple months in Brighton, I hadn't met anyone in Brighton, and I was literally just talking to my mom every single day, and I still talk to my mom every single day. there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't FaceTime her and text her constantly and stuff. And so it was, you know, great to have her, but it was like I had no friends whatsoever that I could, you know, text in like a different way than you would text your parents. And it really affected me for months. And so for the first like month or so that I moved to Brighton, I was on a high of like, oh my god, everything's so new. And then everything started settling in where it was like, oh wow, I really have no one. And I went back to Derry a couple times and they never wanted to hang out with me again, and they never wanted to see me again. And I mean, I saw a couple of them like here and there like over the past year, and I mean, it just was never the same. And it just like, it really goes to show like how much things can change, within a short period of time. And again, my point here is I would find great comfort in if anyone has ever experienced something similar, not because I ever want you to go through something like that, because it really is upsetting, but just to kind of be like, okay, this happens in other situations too. And even if it's not necessarily moving away from home, maybe it's getting a new job, or maybe it's finding a new friend and then your other friends don't like that friend, like just anything that you deem that is somewhat relatable to what I just said, like please don't be afraid to let me know in the comments, because I would love to read it. And I think it would be so like validating. So like, I don't know, like the full idea of like social media and seeing people on there, and it's just kind of like seeing people from now what is my past, and it's like they live such a different life than what I live now, and it's just, it's hard not to like dwell in those thoughts and become sad at it. And it's like, oh my god, why am I sad at it? Like I have new friends out here, and it's just like, I never thought that moving would have caused so much of a problem that I would have not been friends with my best friends anymore. And you know, whenever you're in school and stuff, your parents are always like, or your guardians, your friends are always like, you know, these are your friends momentarily, like you're not always going to be friends forever. And I always got that, but I just thought that certain friend groups and friendships were like deeper than that and different than that. And yeah, it was just kind of like, whenever I moved, we all lost touch. And it's like, could I have made more of an effort? I feel like you can always make more of an effort, so I'll say that about myself. But I just like, there's just so many times where I'm not even answered, or like calls aren't answered, or text messages. Like with most of them right now, I think I literally checked before filming this, I've been left on like red or something like that. And it's just kind of like, just kind of makes you think like, oh, what did I do? Like, was it just me moving away, or was it something deeper? And it's just kind of like, you know, I get that you don't have to be the same level of friends whenever you're in a completely different country, but like, I go home all the time and it's, no one wants to hang out anymore. And you're like, I don't know, it's just, you just kind of feel forgotten about, or like, I don't know, I wonder if anyone who's watching this right now has felt a similar kind of sensation, if you will, just because it's not nice. But I really want to talk about that. It's been like very heavy on me today. I don't know, it comes and goes, and you know, there'll be months where I don't think about it and I'm like, oh, doesn't matter. And then there'll be like weeks where I like dwell on it every single day and I'm like, what went wrong? So that's kind of where I'm at today. However, this sunset is absolutely beautiful, right? Like so beautiful. I love it so much. Anyway, I'm having quite a chill day today, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think one thing, whenever I initially moved out, and sorry by the way if I talk about like moving out too much or something like that, it literally is just like the foundation of my being recently, because all of my experiences have been ones that I've experienced whenever I've moved out. So I hope it's not being deemed as annoying and stuff, or like repetitive, but it is just kind of like my day-to-day opinions and my day-to-day thoughts. So I would love to know like if you have similar experiences or similar thoughts on anything. So yeah, I've really been like a homebody recently. I go in phases, and I would love to know if you're the same. I really do go in phases. Like there will be phases where for weeks on end, all I want to do is hang out with people. All I want to do is hang out with people. All I want to do is go to bars with people. I want to go on picnics. I want to go to London on days out. There are times where all I want to do is like go on trips. Like all I want to do is go to Paris, or all I want to do is like look to see if New York's available or something like that. And that's a very like privileged thing to be able to say that about travel. And I trust me, I've saved up like my money to be able to do that. Like I really don't spend a lot of money, if I'm gonna be honest with you, because I much rather value like experiences than anything else. So I always save up my money to be able to do things. But even now, I'm just kind of like, all I want to do is like be at home with the dogs. And I have LA in a couple of weeks. I'm going to LA in June 20th or something like that, or 19th or 18th or something like that. And it's like, I know that until that point, all I want to do is like stay here. And I feel like as well, I wonder if you can relate on this, whenever you know that you have like a lot of social interactions coming up, you have to like mentally and emotionally like recharge yourself to be able to be okay in that situation. So whenever I go to a place like LA, I'm doing a lot and I'm seeing a lot of people. And especially LA last time, and this time even more so, I'm going to be meeting a lot of people for the first time, and I'm going to be meeting big groups of people for the first time, and I feel like I'm very cautious of how I'm perceived. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really nervous on how my interactions are taken with people, after there have been times where, like, I was going to say a bunch of people, but it's only like one person in my lifetime who, you know, has deemed an interaction with me a really negative one, where apparently I was a really awful person. And I'm not saying this for a drama case or anything like that, but since that moment I've been really nervous meeting people, because I'm just always like, I want them to have the best like interaction with me. And then you're treading a line between, you know, I want to be authentically myself with this person, but then what if I'm not in a great mood, and then I'm just so scared that that person will like deem anything about my energy or anything about like me in that moment as not anything but comforting. Because even if I'm in a bad mood and I'm surrounded by someone that I'm excited to be around, like, that is great to me, even if I'm not like over the top, like, you know, excited about it. And it's just kind of like, yeah, I'll be honest with you, the past couple of months, ever since that happened, I've just been really nervous meeting people, because like people's perception of you can be so different than your perception of you. And I've, you know, met so many people. I've been so lucky to meet so many subscribers. I've been so lucky to meet so many people within the same space that I work in. I've been so lucky to be introduced to like people I've only ever dreamed of meeting. And it's like, I'm just always so scared on how I'm perceived now. And it's really annoying, because most people, if not all, who I've ever met have said that they've like enjoyed my company. And I remember my friend Amy always said to me, she was like, you're like the color yellow to be around. And I've never forgotten that, because whenever I'm surrounded by people, even if I'm in the worst place, it really picks me up and I really love it and I feed off of it. So I just have so much like anxiety about going to LA, because I'm just so nervous about, I don't know why I feel like I don't know why I feel like I want to cry at this, but like maybe it's just an emotional day, but like I'm really nervous that I'm gonna be meeting so many people, and I just want everyone to have the best experience with me. And I feel like everyone I've ever met has had that, and I feel like they've always reciprocated that to me. And I would say that I'm a nice person and I do love being around people, but just ever since things have happened, I've just been so scared now on how I've been perceived. And knowing that LA is coming up, I think is like scaring me into like, okay, I feel like I need to recharge for a couple of weeks before I do that. And it's like, what treads the line between like isolating yourself out of like your own anxiety and like just like being a homebody. So I'm like emotionally like all over the place right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. But that being said, I'm like, at the same time, it's like annoying that that's like in my head, because I'm so excited, and I know the second I get out to LA, it's gonna be so exciting to meet all of my fellow YouTubers and hopefully meet subscribers again. And it's just kind of like, I just don't want to make people have like a bad experience with me, and I never have in the past. And so whenever like someone says that they meet me and they had a bad experience, or I was rude, or I had a big ego or something like that, it just kind of makes me really like evaluate myself. And then because there's nothing really to evaluate, because I am a nice person and I've always been nice, like it just kind of makes you like go in a spiral of like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay, well, I'm not doing that wrong. And so I don't know, it's just kind of been on me recently, and I've been very anxious, and I just can't wait for LA to happen. I feel like whenever it happens, I'll be in the moment, and like the excitement and stuff will just like take over. But just the anxiety of getting to that point is quite a lot right now. So I don't know why I needed to share that, but this was a conversation I had with my mother a couple days ago, and it's one that I have with my mum quite often, especially whenever I go anywhere that's not Brighton or anywhere that's not Derry. And I want to have it with you because it's, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's authentically how I'm feeling right now. So yeah, that's the update right now. So, yay! Sorry that was really sad. Do you wanna come up? You can come up. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, 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 jump. There you go. All right, muckers. I have decided what I'm gonna do tonight. So, I am currently sitting with the most exciting drink of all time, a White Claw. Woo! The party is starting! No, after I had my last clip that you just watched, which was like an hour or so ago, I have felt an impending panic attack. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of set myself off by talking about it, and now it's all I can think about. So I called my friends and I basically just said the exact same thing that I said to them on the phone, or to you, but on the phone. It's nothing I haven't talked to them about before. And they were like, come over and let's just like talk. So that's a really nice thing about having like support and friends over here now, and they're so accepting of like the bizarre world in which I live in online, and like it is really nice. And so they were just like, come over and we'll just talk. And they were like, if you want to sleep over, you can sleep over tonight. Like, we'll just go with the flow. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I just wanted to give you that update before I went. So I'm woohoo on a mango White Claw. Ooh, no, but I'm just having this, and then I'm gonna head over to theirs and just talk with them. And I think it is nice to just sit and talk with your friends and tell them how you're feeling, and they tell me how they're feeling, and that's what my night's gonna be tonight. So I hope that's okay, and I appreciate you watching this, and thank you for being here, and I would love to know your opinion on what I've talked about. And I just hope that nothing I say gets interpreted as like drama or anything like that. I get what I do and I understand it completely, but like, I'm saying this as like a valid, like something that's sitting very heavily on me, and if people want to interpret it as drama, I mean, I'm still gonna talk about it, so I mean, I guess they can, but it's just like, it's how I'm feeling, and it's true to me, and it's what I'm existing within today, and so, I mean, it's the truth. So, I love you, and thank you for watching this, and Dolly is gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna say goodbye, and Bonnie is enjoying her slow feeder, by the way, which is fabulous. And also, I'm thinking tomorrow that I'm going to give Dolly a bath and cut her fur myself, because they keep canceling all appointments. Oh, are you terrified at the thought of that scene? So I love you, and I'll see you. Thank you for watching this, and bye, muckers. Bye, bye, bye. Mwah. Let's say goodbye. Bye, guys.